Alright, Forest Lawn Cemetery. My friend Akash told me such great things about this place. Can't wait to learn so much about it. Looks really nice too. I wonder if there's anyone around here though.
Oh, hello there. Good to see you. Welcome to Forest Lawn Cemetery, established in 1849 in Buffalo, New York. It serves more than just a pile of resting place. Its story reflects Buffalo's growth, evolution of burial practices, and its commitment to art and nature. Let's take a look at its founder, Charles E. Clark.
The vision for Forest Lawn began with Charles E. Clark, a Buffalo lawyer inspired by the rural cemetery movement, which sought to create tranquil park-like settings for burials. Clark purchased the land in 1849, laying the foundation for what would become one of America's most picturesque cemeteries. The design, influenced by Paris Père Lachaise and Massachusetts Mount Auburn Cemetery, emphasized curving roadways, rolling hills, and serene landscapes. By integrating art and nature, Forest Lawn became a place of reflection, not only for mourning, but also for celebrating life.
When Forest Lawn opened in 1850, it represented a shift in burial traditions. Its serene environment quickly gained recognition, drawing families from all walks of life to memorialize their loved ones. Over the years, it became the final resting place for over 165,000 individuals, including prominent figures in American history.
Forest Lawn holds the legacies of extraordinary individuals. Among them is Millard Fillmore, the 13th President of the United States, Dr. Roswell Park, the founder of Roswell Park Cancer Institute, and William Pryor Letchworth, a philanthropist dedicated to conservation.
Forest Lawn is home to artistic masterpieces such as monuments crafted by the renowned Tiffany Studios. Its gates, bridges, and chapels showcase architectural excellence, blending utility with beauty. In 1905, the Grand Army of the Republic Monument was relocated and redirected, honoring veterans who shaped the nation. The cemetery's unique monuments tell stories not just of individuals, but of the eras that they lived in. Today, Forest Lawn Cemetery stands as a testament to Buffalo's heritage, a place where history, nature, and memory converge. Its 175-year story is a reflection of life's continuity, inspiring generations to come. Let's now take a look at some notable permanent residents at the cemetery.
So, standing here at the grave of Millard Fillmore, we are in the presence of one of the most complex and at times controversial figures in United States history. Millard Fillmore was the 13th President of the United States, and he was one of the most prominent historical figures for Buffalo, New York. And he was a symbol for this city's role in shaping the nation during the mid-19th century.
Born into poverty on January 7, 1800, in a log cabin in upstate New York, Millard Fillmore's life was a true rags to riches story. He worked his way up from being an apprentice to becoming a lawyer, eventually settling in Buffalo, where he helped shape the city into an emerging industrial hub. In fact, his leadership here included establishing the University at Buffalo, which continues to thrive as one of the top public universities in the country today. Fillmore assumed the presidency unexpectedly in 1850 after the sudden death of President Zachary Taylor. His time in office is often remembered for his controversial support of the Compromise of 1850, which aimed to ease tensions between free and slave states. While the compromise included positive measures like admitting California as a free state, it also enforced the Fugitive Slave Act, which required that escaped slaves be returned to their owners, a decision that tarnished Fillmore's legacy among abolitionists. Despite his complicated national legacy, Fillmore's contributions to Buffalo are undeniable. He was instrumental in founding institutions like the Buffalo General Hospital and the Buffalo Historical Society. As the first chancellor of the University at Buffalo, he helped shape the city's educational and cultural foundations, solidifying his place in Buffalo's history. Now let's take a look at Dr. Roswell Park.
Originally from Chicago, Illinois, Dr. Roswell Park came to Buffalo in 1883 to become the chief surgeon at Buffalo General Hospital and a professor at University of Buffalo Medical School. In 1898, he established the first research center in the world for cancer, for which he's most widely known. However, his accomplishments extend much more than just his cancer center. He was a pioneer in neurosurgery as well, treating complex birth defects such as spina bifida. He also advocated the need for sterile practices at a time where knowledge of bacteria was very limited. He also encouraged physicians to treat patients with privacy and respect at a time where there was no laws to protect the confidentiality of patients. When President McKinley was shot in 1901 at the Pan American Exposition in Buffalo, Dr. Park was unable to attend due to performing an operation in Niagara Falls, New York. When Dr. Park passed, the cancer institute that he founded was named in his honor, the Roswell Park Cancer Institution.
As I was walking through Forest Lawn Cemetery, something caught my eye. It was the gravesite of Trunis Goggins, the father of David Goggins. Now, I read David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me, which was a memoir of his life and how he overcame his childhood to become a Navy SEAL. Now, David was born in Williamsville, New York, and his father, Trunis Goggins, was the owner of a renowned roller skating rink, Skateland. Despite the success of the family, there was a dark secret. Trunis Goggins was an abusive father, not only to David's mother, but to both David and his brother. Seeing Trunis Goggins' gravesite here, just by random chance, and having read David's book, and having that bit of personal connection with it, I thought was pretty cool, and it's something that I wanted to add to this video.
Forest Lawn Cemetery is not only a resting place for some of Buffalo's most prominent figures, but also a site that honors the sacrifices of those who served in the armed forces. Forest Lawn tells the story of Buffalo's veterans and their contributions to the nation's history. Scattered throughout the cemetery are the graves of over 8,000 veterans, representing every major American conflict, including the Revolutionary War, the War of 1812, the Civil War, and both World Wars. These markers stand as a testament to the courage and service of those who fought for our country. One notable area is the Grand Army of the Republic, or GAR, section in Section 14, where veterans of the Civil War were laid to rest. In 1904, 235 veterans were moved to this location to establish a unified resting place for those who fought to preserve the Union. The GAR monument here at Forest Lawn is one of the cemetery's most significant tributes to veterans. Dedicated in 1905, it serves as a centerpiece for commemorating those who fought in the Civil War. The GAR was an influential post-war organization of Union veterans, advocating for the welfare and keeping the memory of their service alive. Every year, Forest Lawn plays an important role in Buffalo's Memorial Day observances. Volunteers place flags on the graves of veterans, and ceremonies are held to honor their sacrifice. These events serve as a reminder of the service and dedication of those buried here. As we stand here, surrounded by the resting places of so many who served, it is clear that Forest Lawn Cemetery is not just a burial ground, it is a living memorial to the sacrifices and contributions of Buffalo's veterans. Their stories, etched into the stones and monuments here, remind us of the profound impact they had on our nation's history and on the city of Buffalo itself.
Oh, I finally lost him.
Hello again!
Oh God.
If you ever feel like coming to Forest Lawn, which I highly encourage you do, remember, the gates close at 5 o'clock. Don't get locked out like Kian and I did. But fear not, for if you do get locked out, come with us. There's a number you can call. Now this magic number connects you with the security. Now if you look, that number right there, if you call it, security will come to your rescue. So fear not, for if you get locked in at night in this cemetery, you will be saved. Thank you again, and we hope you've enjoyed.